Good morning, everyone. Welcome to New Hire Orientation. My name is John Stamatakis, and on behalf of the Department of Human Resources and of Case Western Reserve University, I want to welcome you to your very first day here. We are so glad that you are here with us. Since this is your first day, your technology might not be set up yet, so you may be logged in on a cell phone or a colleague's computer, which is fine. For our official attendance roster record, please type your first and last name in the chat. If you are joining by phone or using someone else's login, please let us know in the chat so we can record your attendance correctly. Our orientation today is in 3 parts. First, we will provide an overview of policies, procedures, and an introduction to different teams across campus that will be helpful for you as a new employee. The second part will be an introduction into Case Western Reserve University's AI, as well as a little bit of prompt engineering. And then our third section is going to be facilitated by our benefits team, and they will help you understand the different university benefits plans, as well as other resources you have access to as an employee. We are going to cover a lot of information, but please know that you will receive a copy of these slides later in the week, so you will have them as a reference. And also, all this information can be found on our website, which is very robust. So if you have a question, chances are you can find it on our website at case.edu. Additionally, since this is a little bit long and a lot of information will be coming your way, we will have a few 5-minute breaks scattered throughout the presentation so you can get a drink, stretch, do whatever you need to do. But we will start back promptly to keep things moving. So, without further ado, we are going to begin with a message from President Eric Kaler.
Hello, I'm Eric Kaler, President of Case Western Reserve University. On behalf of our entire Spartan community, I want to extend a warm welcome as you begin the next step of your professional journey here at the university. You are joining a dedicated group of more than 1,100 faculty and 3,000 staff whose talents are exceptional. Each day, we uphold the university's mission to educate students and to engage in research that changes lives and solves the world's greatest challenges. And central to the work we do are 3 institutional priorities. They have remained the same since the first day I joined Case Western Reserve University in July of 2021. They are to elevate academic excellence, expand our research enterprise, and enhance our engagement with the Cleveland community. So each and every person at this university plays a role in advancing our priorities and fulfilling our mission. These are responsibilities that we take seriously, but we also have a lot of fun along the way. We want your time here at Case Western Reserve to be enriching and meaningful, not just professionally, but personally as well. That's why we proudly offer a variety of benefits to promote your health, well-being, and your work-life balance. Eligible employees may utilize our staff hybrid remote work program and participate in our child care subsidy program. In addition, our appreciative time off policy gives eligible employees paid time off for the business days between Christmas and New Year's. The same policy also helps them get a head start on weekends during Case Take 2 Fridays in June and July. And every Friday of the year is a CWRU Blue Friday, when all members of the campus community are invited to show their Spartan pride by wearing their favorite Case Western Reserve University shirt. Once again, welcome to our university family. We're so glad to have you on board, and I hope you find today's orientation helpful. We look forward to getting to know you better. Thank you.
I want to share a little bit about our university. Case Western Reserve University was established in 1826, so in 2026 we are celebrating our 200th year, which is incredible. There have been a lot of celebrations throughout the year, and there may be more to come, so be on the lookout for that information. In terms of our student makeup, we have approximately 5,500 undergraduate students and 6,200 graduate students representing more than 90 countries. Our campus is located in the vibrant University Circle area in Cleveland. On campus, we have a lot going on, including lectures from either our in-house faculty or guests. We also have student performances, film screenings, and other amazing offerings. In the greater University Circle area, we are surrounded by world-class museums, performing arts venues, and a vibrant food and entertainment scene. This includes the Cleveland Museum of Art and Severance Hall, which is the home of the world-renowned Cleveland Orchestra. These are fun places to explore either on your lunch breaks or as you walk around campus. Many times you will receive updates on events through the daily university newsletter, The Daily. Also, if you are new to Cleveland, we are so glad you are here. There is a lot going on in the city. We have lots of different restaurants that you can check out on both the east and west side of the city, and we have major sports teams. Also, there is no shortage of entertainment in Cleveland. Our city is home to a wide range of playhouses and music venues just waiting to be explored. Next, we will introduce key leaders at the university who play an important role in the university's operations, academics, and student services. Our university leadership includes President Eric Kaler, who joined the university in 2021, and Provost and Executive Vice President Joy Ward, who oversees academic personnel, our faculty, and related academic programs. University leadership also includes Peter Poulos, Senior Vice President, General Counsel, and Secretary of the Corporation, and Brian Burnett, who is our Executive Vice President and Chief Financial Officer. Here we recognize our Vice President for Student Affairs, Travis Apgar, and Amanda Bailey, our Vice President for Human Resources and Chief Human Resources Officer. The university takes mental health and wellness for everyone on campus very, very seriously. As you begin your role, it is important to take care of your mental and physical health. Now is the time to build positive routines such as exercise and mindfulness. Make sure you are taking a lunch today, drinking water, and finding out where the bathrooms are. Please connect with your colleagues and set yourselves up for success. We encourage you to incorporate small positive habits into your daily schedule, whether that means taking a refreshing walk, journaling, focusing on nutritious choices, or discovering the diverse wellness options available on our university's website. Taking care of your health is essential to your success, and we are here to support you every step of the way as you begin this new journey. Another way you can find support throughout your journey here at the university is through All One Health Solutions, which is our employee assistance program. This is for all benefits eligible employees, full and part-time, along with members of their household. Yes, you heard me correctly. All the people that live with you have access to this program, which is incredible. This is where you can get complimentary services ranging from mental health counseling and life coaching, all the way to a personal assistant in medical advocacy. You also get 5 free mental health sessions per issue per year. We really encourage you to visit their website, which you can see on the screen, along with the code, to activate your membership as a new employee. Please note, you can call them 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and a licensed counselor will be available to talk with you. So anytime, you can download the app to access these great resources from your phone too. Now we are going to take a quick moment to watch a video on the EAP program.
Life is full of ups and downs, challenges and triumphs, and everyone could use a little help sometimes. That's where this assistance program comes in. Members receive high-quality, personalized care, which includes mental health sessions for help with interpersonal struggles, emotional issues, stress, anxiety, depression, and substance misuse. We can also assist with medical advocacy, life coaching, and legal and financial consultation. Work-life referrals and personal assistant also cover childcare, elder care, pet care, home repair, transportation, and travel. Our member portal and app additionally provide thousands of articles, videos, and worksheets, legal and financial tools, self-care and healthy living, a discount marketplace, and more. All of these comprehensive assistance programs benefits are confidential, accessible 24/7, and open to all family and household members. Members have a wide range of access options and can contact their assistance program by phone, text message, email, or the web portal and mobile app. Contact us anytime. We are here to help.
Now we are going to review your new hire to-do list. So, first things first. Hopefully you have already visited or are planning to visit the HR Service Center today. They are located in Crawford Hall, room 320, and they are in charge of your I-9 appointments. This is very important. The federal I-9 form must be completed on or before your first day of work to confirm eligibility to work in the United States. New hires will have 3 business days from their first day of employment to bring original documentation to the HR Service Center. A failure to complete this activity means the employee will be terminated and not paid by the university. So, please make sure you are prioritizing that visit today. Another thing to prioritize is setting up your network ID. Once your paperwork is completed at the HR Service Center, you will be given a network ID. You need this to access things like your email and to set up your direct deposit information. Later in the call, I will give you your employee ID via the chat, plus some instructions, and you can go ahead and set that up today. Depending on your role at the university, you may be required to complete some additional screenings or trainings, especially if you are working in a lab. That is all going to be communicated via email. Lastly, if you are in a position where you may be traveling to different locations, make sure you have a conversation with your supervisor today so that you know where you need to be at different times and different days throughout the week, so you are reporting to your confirmed work location. Speaking of trainings, we are going to move on to one of our first teams, which is Environmental Health and Safety, otherwise known as EHS. EHS facilitates health screenings and safety trainings, which may be required for your role. Again, you will receive this information by email if it applies to you. You can find the service building for EHS in the medical quad. This slide highlights their location, as well as Crawford Hall, where you can find the HR Service Center and the School of Nursing. These might be locations that you need to report to for some of these health and safety trainings. EHS wants to stress that safety is everyone's responsibility. Human Resources ensures all new employees are properly screened. Safety in labs is the responsibility of all lab-related work. Supervisors, if you are on the call, you know that you are responsible for the safety of the workers under your direction as part of your management duties. And if you are the principal investigator, you are responsible for the safety of the program and regulatory compliance of all of the lab operations under your control. If you are lab staff, you are obviously responsible for your assigned duties and taking trainings as required. You want to ensure you follow all standard operating procedures, report hazards right away, and generally work safely. This shows some of the potential trainings you might be completing. Again, if any of these are required, you will receive an email. So it is important you set up your network ID today. We are providing a link for you to explore the trainings offered. And this site also allows you to register online. EHS wants to make sure we are reporting unsafe practices and injuries. If you experience an unsafe practice, please report this violation immediately. There are a few ways to do so. You can call them, email them, or report it in person. All this information is on the screen for your reference. We also have an integrity hotline, which you can call and make as anonymous as you want. But remember, the university can only investigate based on the details you provide. In terms of injuries, if you get hurt on the job or a colleague gets hurt on the job, we want you to report that immediately to your supervisor and to EHS. If you require medical assistance, you will go to the health service center if it is during working hours. If it happens after working hours, you are going to go to the emergency room. The good news is we are surrounded by hospitals such as the Cleveland Clinic, and so you will get some top quality, timely care from those facilities. Your safety is our top priority, so please do not hesitate to use these resources whenever necessary. EHS also offers some other programs that you might want to consider based on your work circumstances. If you are a pregnant worker, you can declare your pregnancy, and they can assess what you are doing and make some job recommendations to keep you and the baby safe. If you have questions or concerns about ergonomics, they can help. For example, if you are using your body a lot in your job, maybe you have to walk around a lot for your job or lift heavy things, EHS can assess the role and make some recommendations. This is the same if you have concerns about hearing and lighting. If you believe you require some accommodations, please give them a call. In terms of shipping hazardous materials or clearing away e-waste or things like that, please make sure you are looping in EHS before you need those things done. They will make sure you are following the proper protocols and procedures. Moving on to our next team, which is Information Technology, also known around campus as UTech. As you probably guessed, UTech is where you will find the folks for all things tech help, and they are a great resource. They give us lots of different ways to get help when we need it, in lots of different capacities. Let us say you are someone who wants to do some do-it-yourself training resources. You can click on their videos and watch something and give yourself a little tutorial. They also have a chat feature that you can use, and you can always call them and talk through an issue. You can also email them, which may be helpful if you want to send some screenshots and show them what is going on. And lastly, if you need some in-person support, for example, maybe something is wrong with your physical laptop, you can go to the Calvin Smith Library and go to the Customer Assistance Resource and Education Center, which is staffed by real humans. They will give you some free help with no appointment needed. Just make sure that you are available. Check the hours of operation to make sure that you are not walking over there when it is not staffed. We are going to touch on the network ID again. The directions are on the slide for you. I will provide them later as well, but again, I am reminding you to set up your network ID today. You will also need an app called Duo, which is our two-factor authentication system, which you will need when you are signing into devices and different platforms to ensure everything is staying safe and secure. Also, once your network ID is set up, you will need to set up your direct deposit on Thursday this week. We want to give the network ID and all your information time to cook, so to speak, in the system and sync up, and then you will be able to set up your direct deposit. You do that through our Human Capital Management System, also known as HCM. When you log into HCM later this week, you will see a payroll tile and then the direct deposit tile. It is very user-friendly. You can definitely ask a supervisor, a colleague on your team, or you can call UTech if you are having any issues setting this up on Thursday. All right, a little bit about our acceptable use policy here on campus. You agree to abide by the acceptable use policy each time you log into a university resource. Review this and other policies at UTech's website. If you are an alumnus of the university, read the alumni email account policy regarding your email account, as the university will no longer extend alumni email access to former employees. Make sure if you are an alumnus on the call, you are aware of that. You can click and read that policy more in depth. Additionally, when you are setting up your network ID, you are going to be asked to create a passphrase. This is different than a password. There is information there for you to figure out how to set that up. Nothing too crazy or too challenging. But if you are required to change it, the big call out here is that you will have to go to the actual website to change that. You will never receive correspondence via email asking you to change it with a quick link. If that happens, it is a phishing attempt. So just be on the lookout for that. And if that happens, do not click on the link, but give UTech a call right away. And then a final note, remember the university's email is only for university-related business. You will not have access once you leave the university. You should not use your university email address to register for sites you are going to need to access once you leave the university. Think about this when you are setting up your benefits carriers, and please use your personal email address. And speaking of access, we have our next team on deck here, which is Access Services. Access Services is located in Crawford Hall, but they are located on the ground floor. And just note, their hours are generally 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Please call them before you head over to ensure the lines are not long, and they are available to help you. Access Services is in charge of parking and employee IDs. If you are planning to park on campus, you are going to complete some information, and they are going to issue you a hang tag, which you are obviously going to display in your vehicle. Please note there is a cost for a replacement or if it gets damaged. All new employees are going to be assigned to Lot 46. The thing to note about Lot 46 is, depending on where you need to report every day, it may or may not be close to that area. I encourage you to talk to your colleagues who are parking on campus and see where they park. Are they in a lot? Are they in a garage somewhere that is closer? And you can always go back to Access Services and add your name to a waiting list to potentially change lots. If Lot 46 is far away from where you need to go, the good news is we have shuttles, which we will talk about in a little bit. And if the weather is nice, you can enjoy a lovely morning and evening stroll. We also have RTA passes available, and if that is something you are interested in, please go to Access Services. In terms of your employee ID, you are going to complete some information with Access Services. Please bring a valid ID to them, and they will issue your ID card. You are going to need this to access your building. Please make sure you always have your ID on you, since it is your campus identification. But it also gives you some other privileges, such as being able to check out things at our amazing library or access the recreation facilities. And it gives you access to some other benefits the HR benefits team is going to cover later in the presentation. We are moving to human resources now. This slide gives you some information on how to contact us. It is important to note the university really values customer service excellence and setting our supervisors and managers up for success. Because of that, as new employees, all employees are going to be enrolled in a 4-part self-paced online training on customer service excellence. Managers are going to be required to complete an additional self-paced online Essentials of Management series. All these trainings should be completed within your first 90 days. And this is to ensure that we are all speaking the same language and understand the same ideologies of how we put forth amazing customer service. You will receive an email notification from our system alerting you that you have been enrolled in these courses. And then it is fairly easy. You simply log in and watch the videos, take some short quizzes, and then you are done. If you have any questions, you can reach out to the HR Service Center. All right, in terms of policies and procedures, you can imagine at our university, we have a lot, right? We cannot talk about all of them today. We would probably be here all week long if we tried. But as an employee, it is your responsibility to go to the website and review the information on our policies and procedures and make sure that you have a basic understanding of what we expect. We also encourage you to talk to your supervisor and see which particular policies you need to be especially aware of in your specific role. We are calling out a few policies on this slide. The university is a tobacco, alcohol, and a drug-free workplace. As a new hire, you are in your orientation period. This should have been communicated to you in your interview and hiring process, but this lasts for 3 months, and during that time, there is no available time off. If you need to miss a day, please get with your supervisor as soon as possible so they can work out how to go through that process with you appropriately. Also, there is a link to the annual performance review process, which is a merit review process. We know it is your first day and you are probably not thinking about a year from now, but it is good to take a peek at that review process, maybe in a week or so you are aware of some expectations and you can start documenting, collecting, and setting up some goals for yourself, because that first year anniversary is going to be here before you know it. There is also a second link to the Employee Assistance Program, so please make sure to check that out today and review those resources as we discussed. And then a final note about computing ethics. The university's resources are to be used for the processing of legitimate university business and communications. Ensure that all computer usage and all forms of communication, including email, Google Chat, and person-to-person conversations, are professional and appropriate. Please make yourself aware of our policies on professionalism and communication. You can read more about those online. The university's core business hours are Monday through Friday, 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Our work week begins at 12:01 a.m. on Sunday and ends the midnight of the following Saturday. Regarding overtime, if you are a non-exempt employee, you will be paid 1.5 times your base rate of pay for time worked over 40 hours in a work week. Please note that overtime must be pre-approved. As a reminder, non-exempt employees should not check their email or perform other work during non-working hours. In terms of pay, senior staff and staff who are exempt working 40 hours per week are paid monthly on the last day of the month. Staff that are non-exempt working 37.5 to 40 hours per week are paid semi-monthly on the 15th and the last day of the month. Everybody is paid via direct deposit, which you will set up in HCM later this week, as we discussed. Moving on to days off, we will start with vacation. Vacation accrues monthly, and it is based on your salary grade. If we look at the first example, if you are a salary grade 18 to 26, you receive 1.75 days per month, which equates to 21 days per year. Please look at the rest of those examples and see where you fall. Vacation days must be used in full or half-day increments. 1 year of accrued unused days can be carried over to the next fiscal year. Please note we run on a fiscal year, and it runs from July 1st through June 30th. Moving to sick days, if you are a senior staff member, please look in your blue folder or at the link on the slide where the policy is linked for you, but note that your sick days must be used in full or half-day increments. For the rest of staff, your sick days are accrued based on your years of service. So for everyone on this call, if you are 0 to 1 year of service, you are going to get 5 days per year. Exempt employees must use sick time in full or half-day increments. Non-exempt employees may use it in hourly increments. If you have unused allowances of sick time at the end of the fiscal year, the good news is they do carry over year to year, which is great. As President Kaler mentioned in his welcome video, we also have some paid holidays. We have 11 scheduled holidays per fiscal year. I encourage you to click on the link, check them out, and add them to your calendar. We also have something called a personal floating holiday. This is a great benefit. It is basically an extra vacation day that you get per fiscal year. But it is a use it or lose it day. When the fiscal year re-ups and it gets added to your HCM, we encourage you to use this personal floating holiday as your first day off, so you do not lose it or forget to use it. Then you can start pulling from your vacation days. We do also have a winter recess between Christmas Eve and New Year's Day, which is really a wonderful end-of-the-year perk. In terms of vacation, floating holidays, and scheduled sick time, please note that they all must be pre-approved by your supervisor. Hopefully this week, your supervisor will review the standard operating procedure of what requesting time off looks like on your team, and then make sure you are following it. And now a brief note about attendance and timesheet recording. The university must comply with applicable federal and state laws that require records to be maintained of all hours worked by employees, to ensure accurate records are kept of the hours an employee works, including overtime where it applies, and any accrued sick and vacation time an employee has taken, or the amount of unscheduled time off an employee has taken. Employees and their supervisors are required to maintain accurate time and attendance recording by accurately recording all these hours in our HCM time entry system. This will help ensure employees are paid properly and in a timely manner, which we want for you. The employee is responsible for ensuring their actual hours worked and absences taken are recorded accurately. Time entry should be completed by the employee on a weekly basis, but no later than the pay closing date for exempt and non-exempt employees. Again, as a reminder, everyone should talk to their supervisor today about entering time for the week, even if you are exempt, just to make sure that all your hours worked. Vacation and sick time is accruing properly in HCM. Also, I want to give you a quick tip about our pay closing dates. Later today or this week, go to the payroll website. They have a payroll calendar that you can print and keep so you know when those dates are coming. Another call out from HR is something called Spartan Answers. This is an AI service that we use here at the university. You can ask it questions and it is going to provide information about benefits, policies, payroll, or all questions you may have about HR. If you have questions, you can navigate there, use the chat feature, and talk with this system. We do want to call out that while it is designed to provide accurate answers, It, like all other AI platforms, is not an official source of information about university policies, procedures, or events. Make sure you are doing your due diligence and referencing anything that it is providing, but it is a great resource to have and to use, especially as a new employee, especially since you're getting used to all these new policies and procedures at the university. This brings us to our first 5-minute break. Great job, everyone. We made it. We will meet back here in 5 minutes and start promptly then.